Hello everyone, thanks for joining me today. It's Vicki McCarthy with some more cards for you and some boxes and some Christmas projects. Now many of these projects were made at Stamp Camp and I've just returned from Stamp Camp, and some of these projects are just fabulous. The ladies there really knocked themselves out in designing some fantastic cards, and I was able to case these cards and I'll be able to show them to you now. Unfortunately, I don't have the names of which cards go with which person who designed them, but I know those ladies know I really appreciate all the work they've put in for these cards for Stamp Camp, and I'm going to start showing you some now. Here's the first one. This is a card made with the Christmas paper stack and one of the stamp sets from the catalogue. And this has been embossed. I'm just going to bring it up. I've just embossed that onto some red cardstock. And then inside it's finished as well with a tiny little cupcake with some direct marker to stamp colouring there. So there's one idea. The card base is crumb cake. The focal piece here is on Whisper White. This is cherry cobbler, and these are two pieces from the paper stack. So there's our first gorgeous little card. One of the next little treats that I got from Stamp Camp, this was waiting on my table for me when I came back. How gorgeous is this? Beautiful little design of a goodie box, and when you open it up inside, there's the goodies all ready to go, and they feed out through the bottom just under here like so, and there's a little opening there where the little lollies come out, and that again is made with the current catalogue Christmas paper and some of the stamps from the Christmas catalogue as well, and just simple punches. The colours of this are crumb cake, cherry cobbler, old olive and Whisper White. So there's a little great idea for Christmas for you as well. Another idea that I received at Stamp Camp was using the project that looks a little bit like this. You'll see it without the red on it. It looks a little bit like this, and it comes as part of a kit in the catalogue. Now you can set that aside and use that for another project. Taking these pieces, using the festive flurry framelits and the stamp set that goes with that on some cherry cobbler and some white embossing ink, and again cherry cobbler here and white embossing. This has now been turned into a little card that winds up so that when the person opens it up, surprise! Isn't that cute? And this is how the card was put together on the inside. So we had a very clever lady who developed that at Stamp Camp. So thank you very much for that idea too. Now some of the other things that came from Stamp Camp, one of my favourite ideas was the muslin bags. Now if you haven't seen these yet, I'm just going to bring that up a little bit closer. This has the poinsettia stamps set has been stamped on the outside and just finished off with some pearls and a sweet little tag, and this was my little goodie bag that was on my table when I came back, so thank you very much for that. That's gorgeous. Another thing that we did at Stamp Camp was we stamped on some candles, so using some of the stamps from the catalogue, and this says Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year on the back. I'll just bring it up so you can see it a little bit better. There we go. Very simple to do, just using some tissue paper and some wax paper and heating it with your heat gun. Fantastic little idea for Christmas. Now some other ideas from Stamp Camp. Of course, we had a turn at making this gorgeous, 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 gorgeous Christmas decoration, which is in the catalogue, and we'll show you how to do that. Quite a few involved steps. I've added a few other pieces to it. I've changed the colour of this to Island Indigo on this side and put a vellum piece here. But what a beautiful, you can see how three-dimensional that is. And that's using the festive flurry framelits and stamp set again. Something similar that I came up with, just using some of these shapes, and I'll just get them out for you. I decided I wanted to go crazy cutting these shapes with my silver glimmer paper because I have quite a lot of that, and pairing it with the Island Indigo, which I think it looks really adorable with. You can see those two put together just look lovely. I have a whole section of these that I made, and I came up with this idea, which was to just layer a single piece of silver glimmer paper with the Whisper White stamped in Island Indigo, and another smaller piece from the Framelits collection. I'll just bring it up and see if you can see the shimmer on that. Now that's going to make either, I can do 2 of those, put them back to back and make a Christmas decoration. I think that's going to look fantastic with an Island Indigo card. I've just got a sort of a general idea of how that might look there. I've got another stamp under that. This is the Iridescent Ice embossing powder. I just had to think of what name the embossing powder was there, with this beautiful silver ribbon that's in the catalogue. You can see how pretty that is, and a little bit of just silver embossing there. So that creates a really pretty card, and I've put that on the brushed silver paper, and I'll be putting a lining in that later so that you can write on it. But that is a really pretty colour combination. Similar combination to that is using the same stamp set, but using a different colour combo on Whisper White with Island Indigo. Look how beautiful that is. That's just a really stunning combination. I'll just get that in. There we go. It's in focus for you now. You can see how those colours, the Island Indigo, look beautiful with that stamp set. So next, here was another idea that I cased from Stamp Camp, which is using the different colour combinations in the Christmas catalogue, the beautiful blue paper with the silver ribbon and one of the little embellishments. These are absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if you can see some of the sparkle with that embellishment. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little rhinestones in the centre of that. It's absolutely beautiful, and you can see that's been embossed with white embossing paper on Coastal Cabana cardstock, and this is some of the designer series paper set behind, and on smoky slate. So again, that's a beautiful colour combinations. I plan on making lots more cards out of this colour combination because I just love it so much. Next, I have a few things that I came up with myself. Decorating just a simple brown bag using our very gorgeous bow, which is available to use all cut out in the Big Shot. It just cuts out all in one piece. It's really quick to put together. And the sentiment on this reads, let's see if we can get that. There we go. We'll hold it nice and still for you. Wait for it to, the camera's playing up. There we go. Wishing you a Christmas season filled with joy and laughter, and using some of this beautiful hemp ribbon, which actually looks so nice with the craft colour brown bag, which I just picked up from my party supply store. Now, talking about Christmas gifts and boxes and things that you can use for Christmas, I've put this little box together, which is just a very simple little box. And on the top I have, sorry, we're going out of, there we go. On the top I've used a framelit, the Blossom Punch, a small section of boho blossoms, and this sentiment reads, all I want for Christmas is you. And then I've just tucked in and a few other things, but mostly you. So I've put the two parts of that little stamp set together, very sweet, and just cut that out with some framelits as well. So there's another idea for Christmas. Now you'll already be familiar with these little boxes that we've had in our catalogue for quite a while. They're a lovely size, and this is so easy to put together. I just used a band of designer series paper. I used some of the Cherry Cobbler Christmas ribbon that's in the catalogue. Put a little sentiment on the top which says, wishing you a Christmas season filled with joy and laughter, and cut that out with the punch, and put some of the chevron ribbon in Cherry Cobbler on the front, and you can see that that just went together in no time at all. In fact, I'm going to do quite a few of these to put under the tree. I have some gift ideas to put inside these. So that's another idea, but I want to show you the difference between this size box and the giant box that is available for Christmas. You can see the difference. You can see one is much, much bigger. I'll just try and get it all in camera there than the other one. Now this big box, very easy to put together. I stamped on it with two stamp sets. En Française is the background. If you can see there, I'll just slow that down so you can see. I've done some script across the box in soft suede ink and En Française, and I have used one of the Christmas stamp sets to just quite simply stamp on top of it. Use some of this gorgeous, gorgeous cherry cobbler ribbon that's available for Christmas. And I found a shipping tag. I bought a set of 100 of these shipping tags just from Officeworks, and I use them quite a bit in my classes. And there we've got the Naughty and Nice little stamp set with a coordinating punch. And I just found a little charm of one of the kings for the 3 kings and just popped that on there with some Whisper White Baker's twine. So that went together in no time at all. Another great idea for your Christmas gifting ideas. Now you will have seen some of the thinlits. Here I'm using the gold paper that's available in the Christmas paper on cherry cobbler, a really simple card. I absolutely love this card because of its simplicity. And then inside I've just finished it off with a couple of stamps in cherry cobbler. So loving that look. That's a really sweet look for Christmas. Another stamp set that I really liked was the stars that are available. And these are in the large catalogue, not in the Christmas catalogue, but I thought what a great idea to use these for Christmas. So I've used some framelits, Deck the Halls, and some red stars. This is a very simple single layer card with just 2 framelits stuck to the front. So this is a very easy, economical card, very light to post. You can see it's just a single layer. You could stamp something inside if you wanted to, or just leave it free for writing a very long message in there, or your little Christmas story that you're sending to people. So love that look. Okay, now a couple more things. You will have seen my exploding handbag. If you haven't, then click back to the video that has the exploding handbags on it. This is one of the handbags I made on that video, and I decided to zhuzh it up for Christmas just by adding with the silver ribbon, the thin silver ribbon, this sentiment which says wishing you Christmas cheer and a happy new year, and just cutting that out with the matching framelits. So you can see that's one of those little exploding handbags. And if you want to know how to make that, the original bag for this is on my Aussie Stampers channel. Just scroll back through and you'll find the directions for this bag. Now a couple of other things that I did. I actually made some little ornaments to hang on my miniature Christmas tree, which I had up for display this year. These went together again in no time flat. I love doing things that are really fast to put together. And these just go on the small Christmas tree that I have ready. And they each have a little bit of bling in the center. They have a rhinestone. They're popped up with a dimensional. And if you wanted to, you could make these 3-dimensional by just putting in one piece of ribbon and adhering them back to back so that you can see them from the front and the back as well. So that was another very fast idea using Old Olive, Whisper White and Cherry Cobbler. Another card that was from Stamp Camp is this gorgeous little one here, which is using the Christmas washi tape in a very different way, just covering a strip with diagonals of the washi tape and then doing some embossing. This is the stripes folder that's in the Christmas catalogue. This is our little dots folder, which is in the big catalogue, and we've got the Just For You stamp set. Again, this is from the big catalogue, but done in Christmas colours. Then this becomes a Christmas card. Very cute, quick, easy little card. One final one that I just want to show you is a very simple single layer card, again using this stamp set and just a little bit, let's see if we can get it in camera here, a little bit of bling, there we go, from the Dazzling Details, just to bling the ornaments on that tree. Very, very simple card, and then inside stamped as well. Again, another very light card to post, and the sentiment says, may you enjoy the beauty, warmth and memories of this special season. The colours that I used on this card were a little bit different. I used very vanilla, I used gumball green, and I used elegant eggplant for the purple. So it gives it a very rich look, even though it's just a single layer card, and that little bit of bling with the Dazzling Details. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoy looking at all of that. I've already got some tags ready to go, and I've got my 3 colours of crumb cake, cherry cobbler and old olive, and you can see how easy it is to just put together a card, little tag using this little guy. He's in the large catalogue. He's the Ronald McDonald stamp set. So how cute is he? So I'm going to leave you with merriest Christmas wishes to you, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for stopping by.